What's up, everybody? Back here with Beatrice the Miata. In my two previous videos, I showed that I bought the Eastwood MiG 135. Set up there, and I did a few test welds. So I'm gonna try to show you those and show you how bad at welding I am. I was trying to weld some really, I think it was 22 gauge, almost like somewhere between 21 and 22 gauge steel, and I kept blowing it out. What I had originally done was I drilled some 8mm holes in the thin metal, laid it on top of some thicker, I'd say about 18, 19 gauge steel, and I was trying to practice my plug welds, and that didn't go very well. I'll insert a picture right now. And as you can tell, I epically failed at doing my plug welds. I kept blowing, when I start to weld, I kept blowing out the thinner metal, so I don't really know what's going on there. I even turned the machine down to C voltage, which is third of A is the lowest voltage and C is, the third one up. And I also have the wire speed set at 2.5, so I don't quite understand why it was blowing out. I also have my my shielding gas set for 25 cubic feet an hour, CFH, whatever. So I don't know. I got tired of it and talk to some of the guys at work and see what they have to say. And I had some 90-degree steel that I laid down, and I proceeded to butt weld those together, and it came out pretty good. I was really worried about the breaker. I don't want to burn my house down, so kind of weary about doing any welds longer than 3 to 5 seconds. So I'll insert some pictures of those welds now. And I also welded the I Heart You on there, just to kind of see how much control I had. I scribed in the metal with a screwdriver the letters and stuff. I tried to follow them, and didn't do too good. So yeah, I got this handy dandy little tool from the guys at work. You can measure your gauge thickness, or metal thickness, with gauge and millimeters. Your millimeters are there right here, and your gauge is on the other side. Kind of hard to focus, but anyway, kind of see that. I'll take a picture of it and throw it in there too. So you measure the thickness of your metal, and the ends here is for the back side is flushness of your panels, and the front side is your gap. I came up with a cool project where I'm going to actually, my first project of welding is to build a two-person stool, and I'm going to kind of replicate. I'm going to try to replicate this. It's 20 inches from the ground to the bottom here. And those are just a couple of jack stands that I have. And this is actually my welding table. As you can see, I burnt a nice little hole in it. And this is how I've been welding. I don't have a cart for the welder yet, so I spent all my money just getting the welder and all that stuff. So you can see the Miata in the background. I'm going to base the stool that I'm making off of this. It'll be fairly different. I have a square foot on it, all the way across. Just a big, I use a 2-inch squared steel across there. And then coming off, I'm going to use a 1-inch square tubing here and here. And off of each one, I'm going to have a plate that comes off. And there's a flat plate here where you can bolt in little attachments, like we're going to have a table over here off to the side to put a plate and your phone and your cups and drinks on, or you can make another attachment to come up where it's just cup holders, stuff like that. So, kind of show you here. It's kind of a rough sketch of what I've got going on. I'm gonna do a 1-person stool and a 2-person stool. I'm not really too sure about the dimensions yet. I like to consult my wife on that, see what she thinks, and she usually has a better concept of stuff like that than I do for some reason. And she doesn't work with cars or anything out in the garage, so it's kind of weird. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you have any project ideas that are kind of cool and simple, something to use around the house or on the patio, just drop me a comment, or hit me up on Instagrams, something like that. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. The welder works really well. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.